I'm embarrassed to be a human being. I'm embarrassed to be a 46 chromosomes. I'm embarrassed to be a Homo sapien. I'm embarrassed to be one of the bipeds of planet Earth. You know, one of the species that are bipeds, besides kangaroos and other creatures. Yeah, I mean, we are too intelligent for our own good. And I got it from somewhere. A video that I was watching, and the guy said he's actually a gamer. And one of the takeaways I got from there was he said, you know what's creepy? One of the creepiest things of the world, if not the creepiest thing, is overly intelligent people. They're too capable. Exactly. You can do anything, pretty much. That's why I see all these mad scientists and geniuses and all that. They be doing stuff out of nowhere, things they shouldn't be doing, you know. You see scientists from Deutschland, you know. Yeah, that's where I'll stop. They be doing all these experiments and whatnot. Okay, enough. And yeah, look at us. We attack one another. Some animals are living in harmony and living in peace, more harmonious and peaceful than us. Some of them I can name is capybaras, the chillest, one of the chillest animals, if not the chillest animals in the world, on this planet. I love capybaras. I would want a rare one, you know, that rhymed. And then we also experiment on one another to see what our capabilities are, but little did we know everyone's different. And that's good, you know, because fuck you when you want to do all these things towards one another. Yeah, suck on that. You think that everyone is consistently the same and all that, you know, reliable, ethical and all. Definitely damn straight unethical. What the hell am I talking about? You do it without their consent, you know. Like you wanna deem it ethical. You wanna create all this effed up, sick, twisted, and evil rules and regulations and laws that you just wrote with your own hands and say this is ethical, and then you record it. You know, this report, kind of like what I'm doing right now, but this is not the actual experiment that I'm talking about. It's just observations. Yeah, video reports, you know. After seeing what people do to each other, can do to each other, will do to each other, I'm sure you'll be disappointed as well, especially the misanthropes out there. Distant, cold, detached, pretty much like me. If we can avoid people like the plague, we would in a heartbeat. No pun intended, you know, because we have heartbeats. Living things have heartbeats. At least most of them. But I don't get it. Aren't we supposed to love one another and care and make this planet a better place, you know? I mean, sure, we did treat animals that are injured and all that. We treat creatures that are distraught, that are in despair, in distress. But mostly it's also because of what we build in society, what we build from the lands that we've stripped away from them. The habitats, you know, that's why they come loitering around here. Deers, strays, rodents, and ruminants. We might as well be the strays also, you know. Maybe that's how the animals actually look at us, you know. We used to be here. This is our land. And then we just loiter around here and then we build a community, almost like a beaver building a dam out of twigs and branches and sticks, you know. And then as days go by, you see the dam getting bigger and bigger. Or is it otters? Is it? I'm not sure. Beavers or otters? that build dams. I think it's beaver. But yeah, pretty much like us, you know. Ants also build ant hills. Wasps build nests. Bees, hornets. But hornets like to bully bees, you know. Except that, yeah, they still compete with one another and all that. But they only talk a small land mass and land area, acres. And then they just do that, you know, blah blah blah. They're not like us where we are so greedy, we took a whole ton of land. And then we create a lot of destruction, create a lot of pollution. Funnily enough, even those that affect us, you know. All these chemicals and whatnot. Landslides, mudslides, soil erosion. And I got acid rain that deteriorates our shelters, our vehicles, and if it lays on our skin, that's dangerous. We get sick. And then the thinning of ozone layer. Sun rays are penetrating in, you know, inserting. It's reaching our skin cancer. UV, you know, UV rays, ultraviolet, a lot of radiation. It might as well be fallout, right? Become ghouls or something. I mean, it kind of look like that. That's why we have dry skin, you know. If you have overly dry skin, you look ghoulish. And that's what ghouls are pretty much like, you know. Except you still have your nose, if you know what I'm saying. Because for some reason the ghouls in Fallout, they don't have their noses. Oh yeah, because I guess the fat content on their faces have thinned out to the point where they're almost skeletal, right? You can see their skeleton. Get it? Skull, skeleton, charlatan. Yeah. Even the basic things that we need, food, water, shelter and all that, we obstruct and we withhold from our fellow human beings. That's why there's homelessness. That's why we have to pay for food, pay for water, pay bills. What the hell are we doing? We're supposed to exist, live, learn, experience, get to know one another, remember each other, you know. Keep each other in our blessings. Keep each other in our prayers. Keep each other in our hearts and our minds and brains rent-free. No. Well, back in the day, yes. But nowadays, no. Forget about it. Pretty much. Nowadays, you try to do that, they use you. Nowadays, you try to do that, they manipulate you. They say they love you. No, it's just to coerce you, to coax you into a hoax. Yeah, you've been coaxed into a hoax. Elaborate hoax. You know, I'm just spitting bars right now. Might as well be a rapper or something. I mean, sure, we like our appeals and all that because human beings, right? Face to face, eye to eye. Obviously, we like the parts about each other, you know. Men like women's bodies, women like men's bodies and all, just like animals too. But still, we are so like sick and twisted and all that. We go beyond those veils than what we are supposed to go to, and we also encroach beyond those that we are not supposed to, you know. That's why some things are best kept secret and hidden. But animals, sure, they hate each other, you know. Alpha, who's the most alpha, who's the strongest and all, mates, you know. But not to the point of us. Some can even get together, you know, like pride of lions. The male lion meets another male lion, and then got the lionesses and the kids, the cubs. Yeah, they socialize and build a community. That's why sometimes you see 2 lions or more than 2, you know. But us, We can be like that, but it depends. It can be momentarily, and then we start to switch up out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, and then we want to conquer, we want to rob, we want to steal, we want to destroy, we want to pillage, we want to rummage, we want to scrounge. And then even steal the wives of those men, tribes. Enslave the children. You're enslaving children? What? You're enslaving children. What the hell are you doing? You see, this is the thing with this is the problem with people. This is the issue with humans. This is why I'm embarrassed to be a human being. It's why we can do things like these. Once you realize that babies are not safe, babies get in trouble, babies get in danger, in harm's way, you should know, it should click in your damn minds, in your damn brains, that this is not a safe place, this is not a good place to be in. I still don't understand how people don't realize this for so long, many years, many centuries, many moons, many eras, many BCs, many ADs. How do you still not fucking realize, huh? When babies start dying, when babies start getting trafficked, when babies start getting kidnapped, and you still think this is a good place because you can order something from your house and it arrives to it. The Amazon truck can drive to your house and give you something, or DoorDash. Are you serious? Huh? When babies start dying, at first it's adults, and then it gets lower, it gets younger. It becomes young adults, adolescents, teenagers, toddlers, and then babies. And it doesn't, not necessarily that the baby has to be born. It could even be in the mother's womb. But yeah, it's her choice if she has it due to other ways, if you know what I'm saying, which I won't say. Instead of the natural, out of love, two souls connected, two people loving each other and wanting to be parents. No, some other way, if you know what I'm talking about. And she wants to abort the child, then okay. But if you do it for fun, out of entertainment, because two people just want to have casual sex, and then you have a baby and then you just want to kill. I mean, one is good so that the baby doesn't have to exist in this existence that is already effed up and screwed up. But what if this planet wasn't like this? What if it wasn't? What if it was better? What if we all can enjoy and it's pretty much paradise? Then that child will not have a chance at life, will not have been able to be born, live, learn, grow up, exist, experience. You took it from that child, but the fact that you did, and I know it hurts you also, so why would you hurt yourself like that? Why would you want to abort your child just like that, just from having casual sex? Because you still have to take out that stillborn child out of you, right? Unless your body absorbs or something. I think it does, right? But slowly, otherwise it just rots. You're pretty much like the grave. You're pretty much like a casket, a coffin, a tomb for the child. From being a mother to a tomb, to being a mausoleum. Here lies your child, stillborn. But you see, you're playing around. You might as well just have your operations going on, right? The guy has the vasectomy, and then the woman has her stuff removed, Because having the ligation and all that, tubal ligation, your tubes tight, it's not really reliable. you need to have it completely removed. Some women do that, and then they can still have the pleasure and all that, but they don't have to worry about being pregnant. Yeah, then okay. But if you want to play all these fun and games, creating life and all, yeah, clump of cells, trophoblasts, it hurts you. It could even end your life, you see. I thought childbirth and childbearing is painful, right? And then you want to stack up another level of pain onto yourself. What? I don't get it. You see how sadistic people can be? You see how sadistic 46 chromosomes humans, Homo sapiens can be? My species. I can't believe it. Your species. You can't believe it. Our species, we can't believe it. Their species, they can't believe it. All encompassing, all encircling, circa. Sure, we've created advancements, we've discovered, live and learn and all that, but most of them are like singles, most of them are married at the very least. Some of them have children, but they do it in a healthy way and all that. They do it in a proper way, so to speak, and all. And they are mostly like good and whatnot, It's not like us where we're so advanced and then we are so segregated and separated and all that. Pretty much going backwards progress, regress. Back to those tribal days and all that, instead of coming together in spite of our differences, we can still get together. And this is also what pisses me off when people say we are all accepting no discrimination and whatnot. We don't separate the different people, the differences. We are all the same and all. Yeah, it's just talk for the most part. It's all talk. It's very rare that you find some genuine ones where they practice what they preach. They say what they said. And they actually exercise and practice. But for the most part, it's just to be friendly, cordial, and be mutual and all that warm. And then when you actually get to the bottom of it, nope, it's all fake and phony and it's all lies, deceit, deception. Especially in my case, They say they don't discriminate. They say it's okay to be yourself, but look at me. Look at you. Look at them. Look at us. To the point where we don't even want to socialize and be friends except with one another, where we understand each other, but even then it's few and far between. Because I've also watched other channels that are similar to this, and they also said that people like us, blackpillers and all that, they also are against each other, and then this community is a joke. So really, if you put two and two together, we pretty much have nowhere to go. We pretty much have nobody except ourselves. And those rare few ones that actually click and get along with one another. Other than that, what do we fucking have? We don't even have families. Our families can be with us, but it's selective and nitpicky and all that. Then don't even do it. It's either you do it all the way sincerely or you don't. There's no need for nitpicky, sometimes this, sometimes that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. No. You do it all the way or you don't do it at all. Don't make this a funny thing when it's not even funny to begin with. This is the joke of humanity. This is what humans are, a joke. A J-O-K-E. A comedic setting, a comedic scenario for the most part. A comedic joke that is not even funny in the slightest, not even an ounce. Unless it actually is, where it doesn't stir up any aggression, doesn't stir any people's feelings, is actual genuine humor. Then yes, that is a comedic joke that is funny. But for the most part, the grand scheme of things, no, you're just trying to poke at the bear one too many times and then it just explodes and gets mad at us and all that. That's what we are doing. And then we want to say, we are too sensitive, people are so sensitive, don't take it too seriously and all. No, 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 no. You don't do it, don't start, none won't be none. That's all, end of story. Close the book, no cliffhangers. Volume 1, volume done. Got it? Yeah, you got it. So don't act stupid. That's all I have to say. I'm embarrassed to be a human being. Be you, do you. Signing out now. Adios.